David, if you don't want to be with Lauren, just say that. You don't have to make up fake friends, okay? You don't have to talk about your friend Casper the Friendly Ghost. You don't have to do that. You can just tell her, Lauren, I don't want to be with you, okay? I'm not that physically attracted to you. But for you to pull your sister out of thin air and all of these fake phantom friends, like, it's giving a whole weirdo. It's giving weirdo. What's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here to talk Love is Blind Season 8, Episode 10. Oh, spare me. If you guys are brand new to the channel or a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. We are on the road to 40,000. We got to make a pit stop at 35,000 subs before we get there. So if you can hear my voice, if you can see my face, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video. Our goal is always 1,000 likes, and then leave your comments down below. So the episode starts off with Lauren. So it's basically for Lauren a continuation of where last episode left off, where she's frustrated that David keeps saying, look, I want to work on it, I want to work on it, I want to work on it, but he ends up always going and hanging out with his friends. And that would irritate me too, because are you really trying to work on stuff, or are you really trying to get camera time? Because it's giving camera time, okay? So he texted her at 3 a.m. that he was going to stay at his place and not come back to the shared apartment. So she texted him again that morning, and he had the green bubble come up, which means that his phone was turned off or he was not in service, meaning it went through as a text message and not an iMessage, basically. So he comes in, and it's like 1:30 or 2 in the afternoon. And he's like, yeah, I went and got drinks with a friend. We went to whatever place. He only mentions going to one specific place. I think he said Nolo or something like that. So he was like, it was hard to even enjoy anything. I can't tell you stayed out till 3. I can't tell you. You were having such a bad time that you stayed out till 3 a.m. Well, I'll be. What time would you come home if you were having big fun? Let's say you went to Baltimore and you had the big fun. How late would you stay out then, David? Like, that sounds stupid. So he then talks about how his phone was dying, and then he had to go get his car, and then all this hoopla, whatever the case. Lauren said, heard you ran into some pod people. Where'd you go last night? And he was like, yeah, after we left Nolo, we went, to the other place. He said, I heard Molly was there, and I was like, nope, don't want to talk to her. No, I don't. I said, okay. Okay, whatever. So he then tells her, or she tells him, that she met with her parents, and her parents just don't want her to get hurt. Now he seems a little shook. Oh, you met your parents? She said, yeah. I canceled on my parents to prioritize meeting your friends that you went and hung out with without me. So yeah, I figured why not meet up with my parents. So David said that he doesn't even know how to talk to her parents now, because her parents are going to want to have more information about their current situation, and he doesn't know how that's going to go, because in David's mind, y'all don't have a current situation, Lori. The signs are all there. So we then see the friends, Joey and Monica. So her sister is taking pictures of them because, in addition to being a jealous hater, she's a professional photographer in her spare time. I said, look at her. So Monica's telling her sister, Nicole, look, you didn't give Joey a fair shake. I don't like that. You were very quick to judge. Nicole said, look, you came home with this random dude. You're a stranger. You felt like a stranger. And I wear my heart on my sleeve. I apologize. I said, uh-huh. Keep your eye on that heifer. Keep your eye on her. Don't rest around your sister. So Joey was like, well, aside from me being a stranger, Ivy, are there any concerns you have about me? Any questions? She was like, you have a lot of energy and we like to nap. Oh, Nicole. Oh, Nicole. Oh, Nicole. Please, please. You just finding something to nitpick about, ma'am. So Nicole is in her confessional, and she's like, look, I'm just trying. Nicole is like, I'm trying to protect her, but she is a grown up. She's like, but I see the chemistry. I see the connection with them. I'm just jealous that she's getting married first because I'm the older sister. And what if I like him? What if I get tired of her ex and I want her next? So whatever. But she claims that she likes Joey. I said, uh-huh. I bet you do. We then get to the Black Lives Matters, excuse me, the All Lives Matters couple. So Ben said that the people that know him know his character. So he's not worried about this little video that's going around, okay? He said, but I don't want this to affect what we have going. I don't want this to take up too much time out of our lives over the next couple weeks. That's what we focus on and we lose sight of, what brought us together, and then that causes us to not even make it down the aisle. And I said, "Oh, okay. Huh." So Sarah was like, "I'm protective of you. I'm protective of me. I'm protective of what we have." So yeah, but you know what? Everyone's human, and we all have things that we aren't proud of in the past. I said, You sure get over a lot of shit quick, Sarah." First, you don't, you're shook. You're shooketh that he doesn't vote, but well, then you're shooketh that he doesn't care about societal issues. Mainly you. This is what you mentioned, Sarah. LGBTQ. Did I miss one? LGBTQIA plus. You're worried about that. Then you're worried about him not caring about Black Lives Matter. But then all of that stuff seemingly gets washed away because all y'all do is play all day. All y'all do is laugh and chuckle and dancing and emphasizing. Y'all don't talk about anything real. Or, Sarah, you are sacrificing a lot of your values, morals, and what you truly believe in because you think this man with this booty chin is attractive. But okay. We then get to Virginia and Devin. So they are meeting with her mom for some drinks, a little light lunch, if you will. And her mom was like, Devin, are you ready? How do you know that you're ready? So he's like, well, I love her faith, her heart, her passion, all the stuff that parents want to hear about why you want to date their children. So her mother is like, what is commitment to y'all? Mama Virginia came in asking all the right questions because see, Devin and Virginia didn't talk about this stuff. They talked about ibuprofen. Okay. And making walking tacos and all that type of stuff at the high school. That's what they talked about. So Virginia was like, committing is committing to working things out. I said, Virginia, ma'am, you got a doctorate, don't you? What is happening here? Is that what you wrote in your dissertation? Commitment means committing to things. Okay. So Devin said communication is the biggest part of commitment. That's one of the biggest aspects. And he knows what it takes to make a marriage work because his parents have been married for so long. His grandparents have been married for so long. His sister's been married for 10 years. So, like, he knows what it takes. He also points out it's about us putting each other first at all times. And I said, okay, good answer. So her mother said, well, Virginia's stubborn. And Virginia was like, I'm not stubborn. I'm opinionated and I'll argue my opinion. I said, girl, I feel you. I will argue my point too. Okay. So we then get to Dave and Lauren. So they meet up with her mom. And Dave said, look, I knew that she was the one and that I was ready for this because all my friends got kids and I want kids too. I said, shut up, Dave. Stupid ass answer. You knew Lauren was the one because you want kids? So he knew that Lauren was even more so the one when he could actually see this working. I said, whatever. Lauren's father does not want to be on camera. More power to you, Daddy Lauren. Don't waste your time with this. So Lauren's mother was like, look, well, would your parents be willing to meet with us? We can meet off camera, but like we want to, have a little link up. And Dave would say, well, my dad's, he travels a lot. So tell him have his ass in Minneapolis on Tuesday so that he can meet who he needs to meet. That's not hard. That's not hard. So David was like, then my sister was worried about that I was just gonna meet some girl and she was gonna use me for TV because I am that man. I'm the man in Minneapolis. You didn't know? That's why my phone is popping with people telling me that your daughter is hoeing around town because that's what I heard from my friends, my imaginary friends, Casper and them. That's what they told me. So Lauren's mom is like, okay, so are your friends okay? Like, because they need to realize this isn't about them. I said, drop a bomb on them, Mama Lauren. This is not about your friends, if you really have any. Okay. So David is like, look. I I we don't have to be here, but we are because gosh darn it, I want to make it work. I said, "Do you?" Because it's given that you're here for the cameras. But her mother gives her support. And I said, "You wasting your time, Mama Lauren, because they ain't gonna make it. You could have kept your support." Taylor and Daniel go play mini golf. They talk about how stressed they are. And that was really it. Nothing really happened. So then we get to Virginia and Devin. And y'all know everybody can get it over here, okay? So they're laying in bed and they both feel that Virginia's mother was very intentional with her questions. And Virginia's like, "But I think my mom likes you. She gave her blessing. She asked really good questions." Yeah, she was asking the questions that y'all haven't talked about. Virginia is like, "I don't feel like there's anything that is holding me or that I'm holding back from telling you. I feel like that's all good." And Devin is like, "Yeah, because I want us to be very open. You know, if you ever feel like I'm not respecting your feelings, you tell me, goddamn it. You let me know." I said, "Okay, cool." They talk about PDA, how he doesn't like it. I didn't quite understand what they were talking about in this moment. Are they gonna do PDA? Are they not gonna do PDA? Do they judge people that do PDA? I don't know. So then he's like, I, do you like me physically? Do you like hugging me? Do you like touching me? Do you like kissing me?" I said, "What in the Skinamax is getting ready to happen now?" Because it felt like the setup for a corn video. Why are you asking her that in that soft come hither voice? I was uncomfortable. So Virginia's like, "Okay, ask me the hard questions." And I said, "Girl, you want to ask him something, Virginia, and spit it out. Stop all this playing around bullshit. What do you want to ask him? Because it's something on your mind." So she said, politics. Let's talk politics." I said, "Yes, let's talk politics." Devin said, "I don't have a strong stance on it." I said, "A black man in America in 20, because this is what, 2024 this was filmed, you don't have a strong stance on politics? What? What?" I'm gonna give you the same smoke that I gave Ben, and I'm gonna give it to you even worse because the audacity of you to be a black man living in Minneapolis where George Floyd was murdered and was suffocated to death with the knee of a white man on his neck, for you to not have a stance on politics when y'all stupid ass president, shout out to Forest Rocks, when y'all stupid ass president is saying that there should not be body cam footage anymore, but you don't care about that. Devin, you are still a nigga. No matter how much weight your mama has given you, no matter how much of her DNA is in you, when these cops see you, when these white people see you, they see a nigga. So for you to not have any stance on politics told me that you vote MAGA. That's what that's saying. I so she's like, "I vote Democratic." And I said, "Okay." So then he was like, "So do you vote based off of your faith?" Or I said, "Okay, so you're Republican." That's what that's given. Because if it's one thing a Republican is going to do, is they are going to scream about God and Jesus and Christianity and faith and religion and how all of that is swept up into what they believe when Republicans are the ones doing the most damage to the country. But hey, go for it, Devin. So then he was like, well, she said, "I believe that I make decisions based on my faith, and that is democratic." Okay. Let's talk about it. Equality. Everybody is equal. Okay. Equality. I would like to be able to walk down the street and not be called the N word by a white person that has no business saying it. I would like, you know what I'm saying? Like there are certain things that go into that Republicans just do not care about. And when I say Republicans, I'm talking about the orange man that's in office right now. We're not talking about the Bushes and those people of the past. We're talking about the orange man and the evil looking ass Care Bear that's in the office now. That's who we're talking about. Okay. So they start talking about terminating a pregnancy. And Virginia feels that women should have rights. Women should have rights. It's my body, it's my choice. So she is pro choice. Devin said, "Well, I kind of feel like the man should have a say so too." He was like, "Right?" And she was like, yeah, the man can have an opinion that's responsible. However, it is up to the woman to decide what they do with their bodies. But that's not what conservative Republicans feel, though. Remember, these are the same people that just outlawed abortion, right? So doctors were getting in trouble for performing terminations in certain states. So you have women that are now going back to doing these back alley terminations. Women that are having to cross state lines to do these back alley terminations. Doctors that are torn between, should I save the mother if it's going to terminate the child, because they don't want to lose their license and they don't want to suffer the repercussions that that stupid ass orange man that's sitting in the White House has put into place by way of the Supreme Court judges that he has appointed to further push his agenda. So Devin is telling her everything that she needs to know now. I just kind of feel like, I personally, me myself, Tamara, I cannot be married to a man that is going to vote Republican. I cannot, because you are not voting in the best interest of me. How can I marry somebody that doesn't put my best interest first? How can I marry somebody that does not believe that I own my body? I can't. I can't. So Devin was like, well, if we voted differently, would that be okay with you? And she was like, I guess. Would it though, Virginia? Is it okay with you? Or are you just saying that? Because the way that you just talked about, you feel you're pro choice, right? You feel that women should have autonomy over their body. Devin clearly doesn't. But see, you're 33 and you want to have 2 to 6 kids. You are very well, it's very possible you'll be pregnant at 40. That's a high risk pregnancy. So if it comes down between a life saving measure to save you or save the baby, Devin's ass is going to say save the baby, because in his eyes, in the eyes of a lot of conservatives, the baby's life is more important than the mother's. That's what it's going to be. Something to think about, Virginia. So she then said, so which way do you vote? He said, it depends on the candidate. That's fine. That is perfectly fine to say. So he was like, but my family votes conservative. And she was like, oh, because I mean, my family votes Democrat, but that's because we're black. And he was like, my daddy's black. We know, we saw. So it's a little interesting that y'all, a black man that has 2 black sons, will be voting conservative, that will be voting Republican in Minneapolis after what happened. Whatever. So then we get to Ben and Sarah, our All Lives Matters couple. So they're meeting up with Sarah's people, and they are both saying how they don't feel any stress. They're super, super stress free. Everything is great. No pressure, no nothing. Sarah brings up how they had that awkward equality conversation in the pods. And he was like, oh, yeah, your sister, I'm cool with her being one of those people. I have friends that are those people, and we saw one of them. Ben brought his token alphabet crew person. So yeah, we saw it. We saw it. So was that her sister's girlfriend or wife? Old girl who did a lot of talking and got right to the shits with it. She was like, so you don't go to church. You okay with Ben going to church? Sarah was like, yeah, because if I go to his church and it's fine and they're accepting and they don't believe that, men and women have to be married and it can be man and man or woman and woman, as long as it's that, I'm perfectly fine with going. Sarah, no, you're not. So now you're willing to go against your beliefs for this man with the booty chin that does not vote, that doesn't care about politics, that is seething, that is sinking, that is so wrapped up, in his white privilege that he can't see the forest from the trees. But okay, Sarah, go for it, sis. Go for it. It's given thirsty and it's given desperate. So Sarah is saying, when it comes down to how they view different things, that they both feel that they are conservative financially and liberal socially. Well, that doesn't make sense then, Ben, because I thought you didn't care about politics. Or is it you are embarrassed to say who you voted for? I will never understand why y'all red people over there are so embarrassed to say who y'all voted for. You can always tell who somebody voted for because they don't want to say. Because those of us that vote blue, Should be no shock that I'm a Democrat over here. Those of us that vote blue, we say it with pride. I have no problem saying who I voted for since I have been able to vote at the age of 18. I have no problem saying that. But if you ask somebody who they vote for and they're like, "Ooh, I don't have no, I mean, they never want to say, and we know what that means. You're embarrassed. And if you're embarrassed about who you voted for, why are you voting for them? Why? Okay. So they gloss over the fact about this whole conservative whatever bullshit they want to say. And then her sister's girlfriend was like, y'all need to talk about politics because he is in a very different privileged bucket than you are, which is true. And lo and behold, oh my God, Ben almost knocks over the glass because Ben doesn't want to say, I don't vote because, I don't care. I'm a white man. Life is sweet for me. I'm good. So he gets up to go get some beer. And Sarah is trying to convince them that Ben is awesome and Ben is great and he makes me feel good. And oh my God, and this is so great and we're so aligned. And her sister's was that her wife? Her sister's friend. We'll say friend, 'cause I don't know if that was her wife, girlfriend, whatever. But she was like, look, the issue is not you finding somebody that's just like you. We don't need you to find somebody that's aligned with you. You need to find somebody that complements you, somebody that completes, not completes, but that complements you. So the fact that y'all are like, I'm with her sister. Sarah, you are making a lot of sacrifices. You are making a lot of concessions on what you truly believe in to be with Ben, right? So her sister, who scare me. No, no. So, so Sarah, shit. So Sarah, you can tell she looks deflated, and her sister is like, so then we get this stupid scene at the end. David and Lauren go bowling. Okay, so they're out bowling, and he keeps bringing up his friends because my friends they would die if I was here with a bowling ball. So you ain't got no damn friends. Shut up, David. So then he brings up his sister at one point, and I'm like, whatever. So they're sitting down talking, right? And then the next thing you know, David was like, well, I kind of lied to my sister about this going on as long as it has. I told my sister that it wouldn't even go this far, and it has. So, like, I don't even know what to do at this point. I said it went too far. He was saying that meeting your dad was just a lot. It was a lot for me. It was very stressful. So then Lauren was like, it was stressful for you. It was your sister doesn't want to meet me. He was like, no, she does, but it's my family. My family doesn't just meet anyone. The nerve, you're anyone. I mean, oh my God, I don't want to waste my sister's time. I said, wow, you don't want to waste your sister's time. So Lauren is, now she all sour face. Lauren, at this point, my good sis, at this point in episode 10, whatever happens, happens. Because you should have knew what time it was with David a while ago. So now they're like, should we go somewhere and talk? Yeah, we should. Go on and skip y'all asses somewhere and talk so he can tell you for the 10th time to your face that he really don't want you. We don't see David filming with anybody else. All these people that he claims are hitting up his phone, where are they? Where is your brother? Where's your sister? Where's your father? Where are these friends that you claim to have? Why haven't we seen you have any scenes outside of Sarah? Find his ass. Because I don't think he's doing the process the way that he should be. But whatever. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode and this episode only. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the comments section. Peace.